What's going on, guys? Back with another video. So I have some pretty shocking information here to share with you. This is from Mario Zelaya. I'm sure you know who he is, but if you don't, go follow him on X if you're over on X, at Mario for the North. Breaking. This is the mother of all betrayals. Canadian Blood Services is providing Canadian-donated plasma to Grifols, a foreign-owned entity, to be then sold for a profit. Our generous donation is given to a foreign entity to profit off of us. In addition, Brookfield has been attempting to acquire this company, further enriching Mark Carney in the process. I have no words. And I feel the same way. I've been doing this for just over 2 years. Got, I think, a couple thousand videos uploaded, shorts included. It's very rare that I have no words. Sometimes I stutter, sometimes I pause, but I usually have something to say. This is a tough one, but we're going to have a look at this here from Mario. He's got a couple-minute video here, but before we get into this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help grow the channel, and I appreciate you guys doing that for me so much. So we're going to have a look here, then we'll talk about it, or we'll try to talk about it afterwards.
Give me 30 seconds, I'm going to blow your mind. Have you guys ever donated blood to the Canadian Blood Services? Well, I was today years old when I found out that the Canadian Blood Services here is using your Canadian donated blood to be utilized by this company that then resells it for a profit. This might honestly be one of the biggest scandals of the year. Free and donated Canadian blood, scratch that, it's plasma, is being resold for a profit. You get nothing. In fact, members of Parliament of the Conservative Party just wrote a scathing letter, and it gets better. It says that the Globe and Mail reported exactly what I just showed you, and despite a 2022 pledge from the Canadian Blood Services that plasma collected from Canadians would be sold offshore. That pledge was made by the CEO back in 2022. And this is where it gets interesting. Equally as troubling is the fact that Brookfield Asset Management has been working to acquire that company, Grifols, for over the past year. Brookfield made a multi-billion-dollar takeover bid for the company in late 2024 and was again to be reported in contact with shareholders regarding an acquisition in April 2025. Even if no acquisition has been made to date, this pattern signals Brookfield's ongoing desire to take control of a firm profiting from Canadian blood donations. Given Mark Carney's significant personal investments in Brookfield, we are further concerned about the Prime Minister's potential conflict of interest in this matter. And for those who don't know, Mark Carney has over $6.8 million in options in Brookfield alone. We don't even know how many shares he had before that or what other compensations he's had before those options. If I could estimate, it's easily in the 8 figures. And rightfully so, they said this raises 2 important questions. Why are foreign corporations such as Grifols profiting off of blood plasma donated by Canadians without their knowledge? And what would Mark Carney's financial gain be if Brookfield acquired Grifols, given the company has worked to take control of a firm that profits from Canadian plasma? And they urge to recall the Standing Committee of Health to investigate this, and Canadians expect their donated plasma to save lives in Canada and not be turned into profits for foreign companies or for the Prime Minister. And these are all the members of Parliament.
So, I mean, good on the Conservatives for doing this. Dan Mazur, Todd Doherty, Burton Bailey, Dr. Matt Strauss, Helena Conans, Mike Lake. You know, good on them for doing this, and I really hope that they can get some sort of bill passed to stop the Liberals from doing this, because I mean, this is sick. Well, watch the rest of this video here. I'm still trying to muster up some words. I really don't know what to say about that. This is insane.
Let's sign this letter. If you are equally as disturbed and troubled by this, please email your Liberal Member of Parliament. All you have to do is Google their name and send them an email, say you're a constituent within their riding, and if the Liberals support this, you will no longer support them going forward. They need to know that Canadians will not stand for this, and we need the Liberal Party to take immediate action. Everyone, please do this. This is not right, and it's not okay.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree, right? I mean, this is, you know, if you do live in a riding, which I do, where a Liberal is your member of Parliament, you should be emailing them, and in fact, I'm going to do that. But the problem is, I'm not a Liberal supporter, so I was never going to support them in the first place. I think a lot of people who are Liberal supporters, even if they do see this video, whether it's from me or from Mario, they're not going to have a problem with it because they'll just figure, oh, I'm sure it's for a good reason, and Carney we trust. It's hard to get people who are liberals, or even swing voters who went back to the liberals, to change their mind about how evil they really are at this point. We're still in the honeymoon phase. Most people will see this or they won't see this, and they're going to either think it's a conspiracy or there's, well, I'm sure they know what they're doing, or just some insane, lame excuse to not do anything about it. And it's just, I mean, what do you even say? Like, they're taking your blood donations, your blood plasma, and they're selling it for profit, and they're trying to do it without your knowledge. Is that even legal? And then second of all, even if it's not legal, which I don't see how it could be, are they going to be held accountable for it? Which you got to assume they won't be. Justin Trudeau and Chrystia Freeland are roaming around free after shutting down bank accounts during the Freedom Convoy. Completely illegal. Not held accountable for it. So this is why a lot of people feel hopeless, because it's like, even if you try to do something, what's going to be done? They're just going to be protected. They might as well be on the Epstein list, for crying out loud. That's how protected they're going to be. I mean, just scandal after scandal, conflict of interests, no budget, horrible cabinet picks, globalist, elitist, banker. And now you can add vampire to Mark Carney's resume. Of course, I'm kind of kidding when I say that, but gee, like, who takes people's blood and their blood plasma and just sells it for profit? That's got to be illegal and obviously extremely immoral. And where are the liberal supporters? Where are the swing voters? They're not gonna care about it one bit. In fact, I've been getting some liberal trolls in my comment section lately more and more often, and I can't wait to see what you clowns have to say. There's this one guy, I can't remember his name, Jason or Jared or something like that. He's got the Liberal Party logo in his profile picture. And he says things like, Carney's doing this for me and you, for all of Canada, for all the greater good. How is this for the greater good? To buy a company that wants to sell our blood plasma so that he can enrich himself even further. This is horrific news. It's disgusting news. Out of all the things I was going to have to criticize Mark Carney for, and I knew there was going to be a lot, I didn't think this would be one of them. This is absolutely insanity. I can't even begin to think, like, no, they wouldn't do something like this, but here they are. It seems like the Carney Liberal government corruption knows no bounds. There isn't something they won't do, it seems like. They'll shut down your bank accounts if you disagree with them and protest, which Mark Carney advised Freeland and Trudeau to do. They'll sell your blood. They'll steal your tax money and send it overseas. They won't fix issues for Canadians. But yet, this is the government that is for Canada and Canadians. What an absolute joke. And I can't wait to see what you guys have to say about this. So please do not be shy. Please share the hell out of this video. And again, please don't forget to like and subscribe, because it helps me grow and helps me spread messages like this so that we can have a better chance of actually getting change in the next election instead of a fifth Liberal term. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Take care, and I'll be back shortly with a new one.